Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you've been having plenty of time for knitting and crochet and a very good week. Today is March 14th. I'm Kathy. Welcome to Yarn with a Heart. Do you have cups and yarn ready? Let's settle in for a Friday visit. If you're a person who loves yarn, loves to knit, loves crochet, or any of those three, I'm so happy that you're here. Let's start with what I'm wearing, as I have a question for you all. This little topper is a machine knit item, and it has all the things that I would like to make in a few colors for the warm weather. It's the right sleeve length for me and a pretty stitch made with cotton blend. If any of you know of a crochet or a knit pattern that is similar to this, could you please comment or email to let me know? I am in search of a knit or a crochet pattern. So I'll just quickly show you here. There's the sleeve length, and it's around this length. So, yeah, if you know of anything, if you can let me know. Now, this week will be an update and progress about the granny cardigan that I have been busy with. And as promised, a chat about how crochet and knitting connects to my values. Also, a surprise completed item. Instead of working on something from my work in progress, I started and completed a lap blanket. Next week will be hopefully moving along with more progress on the granny cardigan, and this gift needs to be finished by the end of March as her birthday is fast approaching. And hopefully this week I will complete something from my work in progress pile. No more procrastinating. And if I have time, I would like to start a project for the Something New Make Along. There is still lots of time to send in pictures, and thank you so much to those who have already finished their projects and emailed me their pictures for this month. Yeah, you can check in the description box or watch the March 3rd video to see how to join in if you would like. Now, first, an update about the granny cardigan that I have been busy with this week. I had hoped to have all the squares joined by today, and yet it has been a bit of a slower go. The pattern is by MJ Off the Hook. It's called the Granny Crop Cardigan. The pattern is available on Ravelry and Etsy. I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook, and the yarn is Premier Anti-Pilling Everyday DK in the colors Cream, Sangria, Cadet Blue, African Violet, and for the background I'm using Raven. Of course, if you would like to find any patterns mentioned in my videos, there is information about how to find them in the description box below. The second item that I worked on this week is a lap blanket that will be my submission for Judy's Creations in Crochet. This is for her butterfly make-along. I will show a picture of this month's butterfly up here. The pattern that I'm using is from Bernat Design Studio. It's called the Bernat Crochet Afghan. On Ravelry, it's called Afghan number 3663. And before I got the pattern, I watched a video tutorial by Mikey from the Crochet Crowd called Crochet Wave Diamond Wave Stitch Blanket. For my blanket, I used a size 6.5 millimeter hook, and the yarn I used is Bon Bon Classic in the colors Off-White. Oh, I got a couple of ends still to tie in. Oopsie. Wow. Okay. Oh well. It happens. So here's an up close. And here's the blanket. The colors are a bright blue, a yellow, and off-white color. I got these yarns in a mystery bag from Mary Maxim. I don't know the exact color names because they had a color number on them and no name for the colors. There we go. And now for a bit of a chat about how crochet and knitting connects to our values, and also for the chapter title for this week. Years ago, when I was first starting to create things, it wasn't with yarn at all. Actually, it was with semi-precious beads and with wire. I started with making jewelry. At that time, I said to a friend that I was going to make things, however, I was going to be impersonal about it, not put anything of myself into what I was making. She had much more experience about creating and told me that will be impossible. And that there would always be something of myself in everything that I make. And now, years later, I understand all the choices that go into what a person creates, whether that is crochet, knitting, cooking, making a video, growing plants, writing, music, what we choose and what we don't choose, who we make something for, the items we make. It all is in some way, big or small, connected with us, with our values, or the lives we've lived and the things we've learned. I think of it as the creativity connection. That is why two people presented with exactly the same pattern and materials create two different projects. Each project will be lovely in their own way, and when we release that project into the world, we can trust that it will land where it is meant to be. Speaking This week, the chapter title is Jar of Markers, and I read what Carrie Bloomston said in the chapter. Often her creativity is expressed through art and writing, so she keeps something to write with in a pretty jar. Her jar of markers, it's always nearby. I took a bit of time to think about the things that I keep close at hand so that I can capture inspiration as soon as it comes to me. Of course, I do usually have a piece of paper and a pen close so that I can jot something down as soon as I think of it. That said, I should probably find one specific notebook to keep this type of thing in rather than slips of paper. There's always the risk that those papers end up in the recycle box. It's happened. When it comes to other types of inspiration, I almost always have crochet hooks and yarn within reach in the bedroom, in the living room, and in the dining room. There is a bit of yarn in a basket or on a shelf. I also have books to inspire me. Not all of them are about crochet and knitting, but a good number of them are. And I definitely have a green thumb and like to have plants near me also. Are any of these things that you do too? And are there other things nearby that inspire you? If you ever want to find a copy of Carrie's book to see what she wrote in this chapter, the book is called 30 Ways to Ignite Creativity, The Little Spark. It is in the description box if you'd like to search about it and find where to get a copy. Thank you everyone so much for being here, for sharing in your comments and leaving your thumbs. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your crochet. Enjoy your knitting. And I hope to see you next Friday.